Imagine, for a moment, the year 1521. The vast city of Tenochtitlan, jewel of the Aztec Empire, gleams under the Mesoamerican sun. Causeways crisscross its lake, temples pierce the sky, and markets hum with life. But this grandeur is threatened. Hernán Cortés and his Spanish conquistadors, bolstered by indigenous allies like the Tlaxcalans, are at the gates. Historically, this siege would lead to the empire's collapse, a narrative of conquest and devastation that would forever alter the Americas. But what if, in those desperate months, the Aztecs found a way to not just resist, but to triumph? The Aztec Empire, or the Triple Alliance, was a formidable power by any measure. It wasn't a centralized empire in the European sense, but a vast network of tribute states, bound to the powerful city-states of Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan. Their reach extended from the Gulf Coast to the Pacific, governing an estimated 5 to 6 million people. Their sophisticated agricultural systems, complex legal codes, advanced astronomy, and monumental architecture spoke volumes about a civilization at its zenith. This was not a primitive society, but a highly organized and militarily capable force. Yet, beneath the grandeur, there were cracks. The Aztec system of demanding tribute, sometimes including human sacrifices, bred resentment among subjugated peoples. The Tlaxcalans, fierce enemies of the Aztecs, were just one example of the discontent that Cortés masterfully exploited. Furthermore, prophecies and omens weighed heavily on the mind of Emperor Moctezuma II, influencing his initial, indecisive response to the Spanish arrival. These internal divisions and psychological vulnerabilities were critical in the historical outcome, creating avenues for Cortés's small force to gain an insurmountable advantage. In April 1519, Hernán Cortés landed on the coast of what is now Veracruz. His arrival was not merely a military incursion, it was a clash of worlds, philosophies, and technologies. The Spanish brought steel, gunpowder, horses, and a relentless will to conquer. The Aztecs, while possessing vast numbers and incredible bravery, fought with obsidian-edged macuahuitl, bows, and spears. The initial encounters were marked by a tragic misunderstanding and a series of strategic blunders by Moctezuma, who initially welcomed Cortés into Tenochtitlan, believing him to be an envoy or even a returning deity. Beyond steel and alliances, Cortés wielded a weapon far more potent: disease. Smallpox, unknowingly carried by a member of Cortés's expedition, began to ravage the indigenous population even before the final siege of Tenochtitlan. Having no prior exposure, the native peoples had no immunity, and the disease swept through their communities like wildfire. It decimated their armies, their leaders, and their morale, killing an estimated 50% of the population in some areas. This invisible enemy proved to be Cortés's most devastating ally, tipping the scales decisively in his favor. In June 1520, the Spanish, having worn out their welcome and having killed Moctezuma II, attempted to escape Tenochtitlan under the cover of darkness. This night, known as La Noche Triste, saw hundreds of conquistadors and their allies killed as the Aztecs furiously attacked them on the causeways. Historically, Cortés and a remnant of his force managed to escape, regroup, and ultimately return for the final siege. But what if the Aztecs' fury on that night, fueled by righteous anger and a newfound tactical aggression, had been absolute? What if no one, not even Cortés, had escaped the wrath of a people pushed too far? In our alternate timeline, the leadership of Cuitlahuac, Moctezuma's successor, or perhaps a more decisive, unified military council, seized the moment. They anticipated the Spanish retreat and cut off all escape routes. The causeways were barricaded, and an overwhelming fleet of Aztec canoes swarmed the fleeing Spaniards. The Noche Triste became La Noche Gloriosa, a complete military victory. Cortés and his entire company, along with their Tlaxcalan allies, were utterly annihilated. The threat, as far as the Aztecs knew, was extinguished, pushed back into the sea from which it came. News of the Spanish defeat would eventually reach other European powers, but the sheer scale of the Aztec victory, coupled with the formidable natural barriers of Mesoamerica, fostered a period of relative isolation. The Spanish, reeling from such a catastrophic loss, would be hesitant to commit another full-scale expedition for decades. This crucial window allowed the Aztecs to consolidate their power and, more importantly, to dissect and understand the technology left behind. Captured steel armor, firearms, and even the remnants of a few small ships became objects of intense study, not fear. However, victory did not inoculate them from the invisible enemy. Smallpox still swept through the empire. But without the chaos of ongoing warfare and political upheaval, the Aztec government could implement more organized responses. Traditional healers, now aware of the disease's contagion, could enforce quarantines. Communities, though devastated, had the chance to recover. Generations would build natural immunities, and over centuries, Mesoamerica would adapt to these foreign pathogens, integrating new public health practices alongside ancient medicinal knowledge. This resilience was born of necessity and swift, decisive action. Inspired by the efficiency of Spanish tools and driven by a need for self-reliance, Mesoamerica began its own unique industrial revolution. Instead of coal, they harnessed advanced hydraulic systems and geothermal energy from their volcanic landscape. Copper, gold, and obsidian, long central to their economy, were now processed with new metallurgical techniques, perhaps reverse-engineered from captured weaponry. Maize, cacao, and rubber, abundant indigenous resources, became the backbone of an innovative manufacturing sector. This wasn't a copy of European industry, but a fusion, creating technologies distinctly Mesoamerican in design and purpose. The defeat of the Spanish served as a powerful unifying force. The old grudges between the Triple Alliance and its former rivals, like the Tlaxcalans, slowly faded in the face of a shared external threat and a newfound sense of Mesoamerican identity. Over centuries, the various city-states and nations would evolve into a unified, federalized entity, the Aztlan Confederacy. This powerful union, governed by a council representing diverse indigenous peoples, would foster unprecedented cooperation in technology, trade, and defense, transforming the fragmented empire into a cohesive nation-state, driven by mutual respect and collective ambition. By 2026, the Aztlan Confederacy stands as a heavily fortified indigenous superpower. Its borders, stretching from what we know as central Mexico deep into North America, are a testament to centuries of strategic planning. Mountain passes are guarded by automated watchtowers and concealed long-range weaponry. Coastal defenses feature sonar arrays, drone fleets, and advanced naval patrols. These fortifications aren't just about defense, they're a statement. They ensure that no foreign power will ever again pose an existential threat to Mesoamerican sovereignty, reflecting a profound historical lesson learned on the causeways of Tenochtitlan. Aztlan's technological advancements are a marvel, blending ancient wisdom with cutting-edge science. Their cities, powered by geothermal energy, are architectural wonders that echo ancient Aztec designs, integrated with advanced sustainable practices. Bioengineering, leveraging millennia of agricultural knowledge, has led to super-resilient crops and innovative medicinal compounds. Their aerospace industry, utilizing lightweight composites and propulsion systems inspired by their unique material science, allows for rapid reconnaissance and defense. This is a future where technological prowess serves societal well-being and cultural heritage, not just military might. Life in the Aztlan Confederacy in 2026 is a vibrant tapestry. Education is paramount, blending traditional ecological knowledge with advanced scientific curricula. Social welfare is a priority, ensuring universal healthcare and robust community support systems. Their rich artistic traditions, from intricate textiles to monumental sculpture, continue to evolve, infused with modern expression. The memory of the Noche Gloriosa and the subsequent adaptation to disease are foundational narratives, instilling a deep sense of national pride, resilience, and a commitment to self-determination. Their history is not one of conquest, but of triumphant survival. Aztlan's influence across North America is undeniable. While not an expansionist empire in the traditional sense, its economic and cultural soft power is immense. Its advanced agricultural exports feed millions, and its unique technologies are sought after globally. The cultural resurgence of indigenous practices and languages across the continent is deeply inspired by Aztlan's example, fostering a renewed sense of pride and identity among Native American nations. It is a beacon of indigenous sovereignty, demonstrating a path where traditional heritage and futuristic innovation can coexist and flourish, redefining the very concept of North American power. In this alternate 2026, the global geopolitical landscape is dramatically different. No United States exists in its current form, its development shaped by a powerful, enduring indigenous neighbor to the south. European colonialism was far more constrained in the Americas. The world watches Aztlan with a mix of respect, admiration, and perhaps a hint of apprehension. Their advanced defense systems make direct confrontation unthinkable. Their unique technological path offers solutions to global challenges, but Aztlan maintains a deliberate, measured engagement with the outside world, prioritizing its own stability and cultural integrity above all else. The story of the Aztlan Confederacy is a powerful reminder that history is not predetermined. A single moment, a different choice on a causeway in 1520, could have diverted the entire course of human civilization. This hypothetical future, born from indigenous resilience and ingenuity, offers a glimpse into a world where conquest was not inevitable, where ancient cultures found new ways to thrive, and where a superpower rose not from colonial ambition, but from the steadfast defense of its homeland and the vibrant evolution of its own unique identity. It challenges us to rethink what progress truly means.